Let's talk about that biggest wealth killer that is parked right in your driveway. Every time I drive through a neighborhood, I find myself doing something a little odd. I look at the cars parked in the driveways. Why? Because at a single glance, I can see the extent of wealth being destroyed sitting right there in plain sight. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing inherently wrong with owning a nice car. But when that car significantly impacts your ability to create generational wealth, it becomes a major and often the single biggest obstacle in you growing your wealth. I see so many people make this mistake, and I've been guilty of it myself. Buying a flashy car to impress people I don't even know and people that I don't even like. It started with my very first car, which I financed with my very first job, and continued to do this for years. I thought a nice car was a sign of success, but in reality, it was just a sign of my own financial ignorance, right? So, it's time to just kind of face the hard truth that car sitting in your driveway is a wealth killer, a major one. And for most people, car ownership is one of the biggest and largest expenses that they incur. Yet, it is often an expense that they never truly calculate. And according to the AAA's 24 Your Car's Driving Cost Study, the average cost of owning and operating a new car is a staggering $12,297 per year, or put that in monthly context, $1,025 per month. Think about that for a second. An average price car can consume a massive chunk of your income, making it incredibly difficult to build wealth and compound your savings. It's almost impossible to get ahead when you are constantly living outside of your means just to keep that car in your driveway. So let's look at where all that money goes, right? And let's break down the true cost of your car and, more importantly, how you could save thousands. Number one, depreciation. It's the number one wealth killer. This is the biggest hidden cost of all. Most people think of their cars as an asset, but honestly, 99% of cars are depreciating assets. The moment you drive your new car off the lot, it immediately loses a huge chunk of its value. And on average, a new car loses about $4,680 per year in depreciation alone. That's thousands of dollars gone instantly. But there is a fix to this, right? The fix is just don't buy a new car. The sweet spot for buying a car is about 3 to 5 years old from a used range perspective. That's roughly about 30 to 40,000 miles on it. Someone else has already taken the massive depreciation hit for you, right? But you still get a reliable and modern car for a fraction of the original price. The second is taxes and fees. You can't really get around these, but you can minimize them. If you have a 2-car household and you only really need one, consider selling the extra vehicle. Each additional car means more annual registration fees, more smoke checks, and more costs that drain your bank account. So number three is financing and interest payments. With today's high interest rates, financing a car is more expensive than ever. The average new car interest rate is about between 6 and 7% for a used car, right? And it climbs even higher, often exceeding 9% depending on your credit score. Those initial fees add up to thousands of dollars over the lifespan of the loan. And the fix to this is, just try to avoid financing altogether by paying in cash. And if you can't, aim for the lowest interest rates possible by keeping your credit score strong and shopping around. The fourth one here is fuel, insurance, and maintenance. These are the costs you see every single month, and they likely much higher than you think. You might be paying a car payment, but you're also shelling out hundreds for gas and insurance, etc., right? Do you know that the average full cover car insurance premium is now between $2,100 and $2,700 a year? That's another massive hit, right, on top of your car payments. And there's a couple of fixes for this too. Fuel, get a Costco membership and fill up there. Their prices are consistently lower. And if you're in Europe, there are a lot of chains that does exactly the same thing. Insurance, call your insurance company every single year and ask for a better rate. If they can't give you one, then shop around. Insurance companies are always trying to undercut each other to get long-term customers. This simple habit can save you thousands of dollars a year. And then there's maintenance. This is not for all of us, but you can learn to do your own basic repairs. There are tons of YouTube tutorials that will show you how to change your oil, and this can save you hundreds on labor. And over the lifetime of owning a car, it could add up to roughly about $20,000 in savings. Yes, over a lifetime, $20,000 of savings. Also, there are free diagnostic tools out there and places like AutoZone that will help you avoid unnecessary and expensive trips to the mechanic, right? So there you have it, a couple of tactical solutions to bring down the cost of actually owning a car, right? But the ultimate solution here, the best way to avoid a car's wealth-killing cost is not to own one at all. And I know that sounds like a really crazy idea, but think about the opportunity cost here. If you save the average cost of ownership, let's say $12,000 a year, and invested that money could grow into a significant nest egg. If you had invested $12,000 annually into a simple index fund, you'd be well on your path to financial freedom. Another powerful strategy here is to just live closer to where you work. Yes, rent might be a little bit higher, but the savings on fuel, depreciation, wear and tear can more than make up for it. Not to mention the hours of your life that you get back from not sitting in traffic, right? So here's a mind shift, right? It's time to challenge the societal pressure to own a nice car as a status symbol. Because true wealth isn't parked in your driveway. It's what's in your investment portfolio. By making informed strategic decisions about your car, you can free up thousands of dollars a year to invest, build, and secure your financial future. Your car should be a tool that serves you, not drain your bank account and hold you back. So if you're looking for more content like this, visit Mindshift Theory to take back control of your financial future.